we continue talking about behavioral change. As I said in the previous videos, behavior is tightly connected to our thoughts and to our emotions. So oftentimes we are not trying new behaviors, not because we don't want to, but because we think it's not useful or because we predict it to be harmful for us. So for example, you're avoiding going to some new event because you expect people will be unfriendly towards you, or you are avoiding trying a new profession because you expect that you will be bad at it, or something like that. So our expectations can be really dark and can be really harming us and not letting us try out new things. And for this, we have special technique called behavioral experiment. This technique is used to test your expectations. You can do it in the form of a diary. Like, for example, somebody invites you to a party and your expectation is, oh, I go there, I will be bored, I will be feeling awkward, and so on. You write it down in your diary, all those expectations. After that, you go to that party, you spend some time there, and you check if your expectations were true or not true. Maybe they will be true, maybe they will be partly true or not true at all. So this way we are trying to do new activities, new actions, new kind of strategies, and check if it actually is as bad as we thought. So yes, a very useful thing. What also can be important about behavioral experiment, they can be very useful if you combine them with cognitive skills, because oftentimes we try a new thing and instead of noticing the positive things about it, we notice the negatives because our cognitive sphere is not sorted out. Like, we have assumptions or core beliefs that prevent us from noticing all the good things about the event. So it's really important to combine them with cognitive change. I really recommend it. What kind of experiments could it be? Going to some place you have never gone before, talking to someone you feel like it wouldn't be a good idea to talk to, of course if it's safe, or making a phone call. Behavioral experiments can also include tolerating discomfort. Like, for example, you think that you are scared of going outside and you feel like, if I go outside, I won't tolerate this fear or anxiety that I'm feeling. And you go outside and you actually tolerate it. You just stand there, you just breathe, and then you feel like, wow, actually I can't tolerate it. Yes, maybe I feel anxious and scared, but I'm still alive, I'm still there, I'm holding on. So this way you check in if it actually works. Behavioral experiments can be also used in relationships. Like, for example, you have this assumption or core belief that other people are evil and they would want to hurt you if you open up to them. So our behavioral experiment can be opening up to someone and sharing your feelings and seeing how it goes. Of course, if you're a scientist, you cannot just do one experiment and make conclusions based on one experiment. So it's really important to do several experiments on the same topic, so that you can be more objective. Like, for example, if you opened up to one person and they did not reciprocate it and they did not show, genuine interest in that and so on, it doesn't mean that all people will react in the same way. So it's important to bear that in mind. Yes. How do we do it? We do this in a form of diary exercise or journaling exercise. First of all, you write down something you avoid, like, for example, going to a certain party or talking to a certain person or trying something new, and so on and so on. Then you write down your expectation. Like, maybe you expect that you will go there and feel bored. Maybe you expect you will go there and I don't know, throw up in front of everybody or something like that. And then you actually go there and check it. It's also best to use this technique together with a therapist, with psychologist, because oftentimes you might set this experiment in such conditions or circumstances, or make it so hard that it's impossible to succeed. I see it very often when people set goals that are just impossible to achieve, and this way they just reinforce their idea that I am a failure, I can never do that, and so on. So it's really important to preferably do this with a psychologist, and to have them check that your goal is not too difficult or too, I don't know, it can happen. Okay. Step number 3, in this diary you should prepare yourself and think, how would I react if my expectations turn out to be true? Like, if you actually go to that party and do feel bored, how would you react? If you actually go to an interview and they don't accept you, how would you react? If you actually open up to another person and they don't reciprocate it, how would you react to that? So step number 4 is thinking how you can react to that and preparing for this, and basically thinking how you can get out of that situation. And of course, the last step is reflection about the whole experience. And most likely, what is going to happen for you is that things that correspond to your core beliefs will seem bigger for you than things that do not correspond to your core beliefs. For example, you go to that party and you talk to several people, and you were having fun and everything was nice, but then one person made you feel awkward or scared. And if your core belief is that, oh, I'm anxious, I'm scared, I need to take care of myself, then you're gonna remember this person who made you feel awkward and scared and forget all the others with which you were having fun. So it's really important that when you do reflection on your experiment, to use cognitive skills, to use basic cognitive skills from my other training, from my other playlist, to kind of maintain hygiene in your thinking and not let it distort itself to fit your beliefs. One example of experiment can also be like, you have core belief, or you have this assumption that, oh, I find it difficult to concentrate, my memory is so bad, I'm not very smart, and so on. And the experiment could be just reading a small tiny article and then checking if you can concentrate on that or not. So yeah, things like that. And this way we are checking our expectations, we are trying out new things, and we are experimenting with reality and trying to develop better ideas about it. Behavioral experiment is really important to change your behaviors, but also extremely important to change your cognitions, to change your core beliefs about yourself, about other people, about the world. This is why it's really important to try new things, and this is also why trying new things is difficult. Not because the action itself is difficult, but also because trying new things, we need to adapt our cognitions to new reality. We need to change our way of thinking, because, for example, you were expecting that something will go badly, it went well, and you have to assimilate this new information, new knowledge in your worldview. So it can require some work, and it can be a bit uncomfortable to try new things. But try thinking about it as if you are a scientist or an adventurer trying out new behaviors, new ways, and try to approach it as if it's a game. And yeah, you can use some kind of journal or share it with your friends and try out new ways of reacting, new ways of behaving, new ways of acting on in different situations, and write down your remarks and what happened well, what didn't happen well, and remember to combine this with basic cognitive skills and intermediate cognitive skills, because they can twist everything and turn black into white and white into black. The power of our thinking is tremendous. So yes, and I see you next time. We're gonna talk more about behavioral change and try out new techniques, and I see you soon. Bye bye.